What up, guys? Gangstapranksta here, bringing you the weekly wrestling review for March 3rd and March 10th. Welcome to the show. If you're new to the show, this is where we talk everything about pro wrestling, from news, reviews, to predictions. We talk about it all, so welcome to the show. First off, sorry about this being so late. There was some complications with me watching some stuff, and I had to catch up and, make sure I watch everything, so I had everything covered. So sorry about that. Anyways, let's go right into this because there's a lot to talk about, just a shit ton of things. So we got the usual RAW, Smackdown, Impact, Ring of Honor. There's also an iPPV from Ring of Honor and tons of news. So let's start off. This is for the week of March 3rd, the first set of results I'm going to give. Nothing much happened on Raw, like nothing noteworthy. This is where The Rock and Cena had their confrontation, and Rock had stuff written on his arm, and Cena made fun of him. Another good back and forth by these two. I haven't seen one yet that it's been like bad from both. So these guys are good on the mic. You're never gonna have a horrible promo between the two. So yeah, this was good. I definitely say Cena came out on top on this one. I just thought he was a lot better. He made fun of The Rock for making fun of him, and just, I don't know, I thought the way he carried himself in that interview, definitely a lot better than what Rock, he called him Kung Pao Chicken, like, that's kind of fucking lame. So that's about it. On Impact, you had Angle talk about why he hates Hardy. This was kind of dumb. He came out with a list, and he's like, these are the reasons I hate Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy has colorful hair. I have no hair. Therefore, I hate Jeff Hardy. Like, shit like that. And it was like, really? Like, that was just kind of dumb. You had Robert Roode, Austin Aries, and Bully Ray. They kind of formed a little, like, group, an alliance for the night. And, they're like, Sting. He's abusing his power. He's basically Sting is the reason for all their problems. And it was good to see Austin Aries kind of step up. He was in the main event. And hopefully this was kind of his platform to kind of move up in the ranks of TNA, maybe become a main eventer. I think he held his own in this. His promo was good. The main event was good. So yeah, definitely like to see Austin Aries in this type of situation or predicament again. We had Zema Ion versus Shannon Moore. Don't really want to talk about the match, but before the match, they had an interview with Zema Ion. They're like, "Yo, do you feel bad for injuring Jesse Sorensen?" And he's like, "No, I'll do it again." And this made me cringe. Definitely, it's like, no need to make an angle out of this. What if he was really paralyzed? Would you still make an angle out of this? But because he's kind of okay, you're gonna make an angle out of this. I think it's extremely distasteful. Please stop this, because I just think it's in bad taste, extremely bad taste. Next we had Smackdown, nothing noteworthy. They announced another match for WrestleMania, Big Show versus Cody for the Intercontinental title. Justin Gabriel versus Drew McIntyre. After the match, Teddy fires Drew McIntyre. And the main event was Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton. Good match. Daniel Bryan wins by countout after Kane comes out and attacks Orton. Then we had Ring of Honor. Again, some good matches. Definitely check out Jay Lethal versus Davey Richards world title match. This was a really good match. I don't remember what week it was, but it was definitely a solid match. Go try and find that if you can. So those are the results for the week of March 3rd. Next, we're gonna move on to what happened last week. So first off, we have the pay-per-view. So this pay-per-view kind of snuck up on me. I forgot about it, to be honest, and I found out about it last minute. Anyways, this was Ring of Honor's 10th anniversary show. It was also called the Young Wolves Rising. Whatever. This was a good show. Let's go through it real quick. First, we got the All Night Express versus Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team. Good match. All Night Express wins. Next, we had Homicide versus Mike Bennett. Good match. Bennett wins. Next, we got not Kofi Kingston, Eddie Kingston comes out and he's interviewed by Kevin Kelly. Kevin talks about, Ring of Honor and Chikara have a working relationship now. Kevin Steen comes out and says that he and Kingston should team up and take down Chikara and Ring of Honor. Kingston says no, he respects the companies too much. Steen talks shit about Chikara. Eddie gets mad and they start brawling. Steen grabs the Chikara title and he's about to whip his cock out and piss all over it. And some of the Chikara guys come out and stop Steen. So I think they're gonna have an iPPV for this. They're gonna have I don't know if it's gonna be a pay-per-view, but I know they have a show coming up where it's gonna be the Chikara guys and the Ring of Honor guys. Hopefully they put that out for an iPPV because it definitely sounds like a great show. Next we got TJ Perkins and Amazing Red versus Roderick Strong and Michael Elgin. I was definitely looking forward to this match. Good to see Amazing Red in Ring of Honor. Hope to see him again soon. Anyways, this was a good fun match. Roderick and Elgin win. Next we got Jay Lethal versus Tommaso Ciampa. TV title match. Good match. No one wins. The match went to a time limit draw. After the match, Tommaso attacks Lethal and takes the TV title. Lethal is still champion, but Tommaso, he took the title because he's kind of pissed he didn't win. Anyways, next we got the Briscoes versus the Young Bucks. Tag team title match. Good match. The Briscoes win. We had Kevin Steen versus Jimmy Jacobs. No DQ match. Good match. Kevin Steen wins. And last but not least, Davey Richards and Kyle O'Reilly versus Eddie Edwards and Adam Cole. Really good match. Eddie Edwards and Adam Cole win. After the match, you have Kevin Steen interrupts them and says he's going to get a world title. And until he gets a world title match, he's going to haunt and terrorize Davey Richards. Definitely a good show. I definitely recommend this, especially usually iPay-per-views are $14.99. But this one was $9.99, so it's kind of cheaper. It's $10 for this show. It was a good show. You had some good wrestling. They showed the history of Ring of Honor, like some of their famous matches, like Nigel McGuinness versus Bryan Danielson, I mean. Samoa Joe versus Kenta Kobashi. What else? You had Colt Cabana versus CM Punk. They definitely showed some of the history and stuff, and I would have liked to seen guys like Brian Kendrick, maybe he make an appearance. Paul London, who else? Low Key. I would have liked to seen guys like that who kind of built Ring of Honor and were there from the beginning. The only real person that we had come back was kind of Amazing Red and Homicide. They came back and they had a match and stuff. I would have liked to seen, the guys I listed, Brian Kendrick, Paul London, Low Key, but guys who there's been guys that did make a name for Ring of Honor that couldn't make it, like AJ, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, Alex Shelley, Austin Aries. They're obligated to TNA, so they can't make an appearance. Same thing with WWE. Daniel Bryan, CM Punk. They made their name in Ring of Honor, and they couldn't appear because they're with WWE. So, that's understandable. I would have liked to see guys like Low Key, Paul London, and Brian Kendrick. As I said before, other than that, good show. I definitely recommend it. It was a good show, and it's only $10. So, in the description, you can go to the link and order the pay-per-view if you'd like. So next we got Raw. This was the Raw that happened last week. It starts out with Shawn Michaels. He comes out, talks about Triple H. Anyways, they go back and forth, and it ends with Shawn Michaels saying he's going to be the special referee for their match at WrestleMania. Next we got Jack Swagger versus Santino Marella, U.S. title match. Okay match. Santino wins and is the new U.S. champ. Next we have Eve versus Alicia Fox. Blah match. This was pretty bad. It was short and bad. That's it. After the match, Zack Ryder comes out and says he's glad he never hooked up with Eve. Next we got CM Punk and Sheamus versus Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryan. Good match. Jericho and Bryan win. Big Show versus The Miz. Blah match. Show wins. Cody Rhodes comes out to distract Show, and Miz attacks Show from behind. and Cho just brushes Miz off like it's nothing. Next we got R-Truth versus Kane. Okay match. Kane wins. After the match, Orton comes out and attacks Kane. Last but not least, throughout the night, The Rock, he was doing some promos like around Boston, you know, talking about the history and, you know, just making fun of Cena and stuff. Cena, he had a really good promo. He was in like an empty arena. He recorded this like before the show, and he was just sitting in the stands, and he gave a very heartfelt promo. I really enjoy this. I definitely recommend checking it out. He just talked about how, you know, no one remembers second place, so that's why he needs to win this this match at WrestleMania. I thought it was really good. Definitely check it out. So last but not least, John Cena comes out, talks about how he wants to face The Rock at WrestleMania and not Dwayne Johnson. The Rock comes out. They go back and forth, and this was just another good back and forth confrontation between Cena and Rock, you know. I think I mentioned this already, but, you know, they always have good confrontations. They're not bad at promos. So they're always going to be good. So definitely no complaints. Next we got Impact. It starts out with Eric Bischoff, Ric Flair, and Gunner. They talk about how they're going to teach Garrett Bischoff a lesson. Kurt Angle comes out and says he's going to help Gunner teach that lesson. First match, we got Gail Kim and Madison Rayne versus Eric Young and ODB Knockouts Tag Team Title match. It was a good match, you know. Eric and ODB win and are the new tag team champs. I like the ending, you know. Madison knocked Eric in the back of the head with the title, and he fell on Gail Kim, and she couldn't, you know, push him off because he's so big. So he ends up winning like that. Not a big fan of a dude holding the woman's title, but it kind of works for Eric Young since he's such a goofy guy. So I guess I'm okay with that. After the match, Eric Young proposes to ODB, but she takes the ring and proposes to him, and he says yes, of course. Next, we got Austin Aries and Zema Ion X Division title match. Pretty good match. Zema wins by DQ. We got Bully Ray comes out and says he deserves to be #1 contender for the world title. He calls out Sting. Sting comes out and says that he can have Bobby Roode because he has nice calves. And this whole thing with Bully Ray, and he's like, "Look at my calves. They're fucking perfect." You know, it's kind of funny. It's funny because it's ridiculous. Anyways, Bobby Roode versus Bully Ray, pretty good match. Roode wins by DQ after James Storm comes out and super kicks Robert Roode. Next, we got Robbie E and Rob Terry versus Matt Morgan and Crimson. Pretty good match. Morgan and Crimson win. Next, we got AJ Styles comes out and talks about TNA. Christopher Daniels and Kazarian interrupt him and say AJ isn't a good friend and no one likes him. AJ says he has a new friend, but he's an asshole. Mr. Anderson comes out, and Anderson and AJ brawl with Daniels and Kazarian. It's like, could this feud get any weirder? First off, we don't know why the fuck they're having the feud. They're just feuding. Kazarian is just, he hates AJ now. And now Mr. Anderson's getting involved? Like, what the fuck? It's like Bizarro World. First off, start with why the fuck they're feuding, and then you can start, you know, evolving the fucking, the program between the two. But for right now, the fans are still wondering, like, why are Kazarian and Daniels feuding against AJ? Maybe they did announce it. Maybe I just missed something, but I don't think I did. I think I'm pretty thorough when I watched the show. But okay, if they did announce something, like why they're feuding, leave it in the comments, because right now I don't know why the fuck they're feuding. So yeah, so Anderson's back, and he's involved in this feud. Anyways, throughout the night, there were backstage segments with a guy named Joseph Park. He was looking for his brother Abyss. I don't know what this is going to lead to, but fun fact, the guy who was, you know, Joseph Park, you know, the guy who was going around like, hey, do you know where my brother Abyss is? That was actually Abyss. So, he's his own brother, and he was looking for himself. I don't know if they're going to make him, like, bipolar, like, maybe have multiple personality disorder, like, like he's Abyss and Joseph Park, like two different people, like he's his own brother kind of thing. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. But right now, this looks kind of dumb. Next we got last but not least, we got Jeff Hardy and Garrett Bischoff versus Kurt Angle and Gunner. Good match. Hardy and Garrett win. Next we got SmackDown. It starts out with Santino versus Jack Swagger, Steel Cage U.S. title match. Good match. Santino wins. Next we got Drew McIntyre comes out and says Laurinaitis will give him his job back if he can beat a mystery opponent. Great Khali comes out. David Otunga comes out and says Khali is not the opponent. And then he brings a Hornswoggle. Hornswoggle versus Drew McIntyre. This was a blowout match. It was basically Drew McIntyre bullying and beating up Hornswoggle. He ends up winning after the ref stops the match. And after the match, Khali attacks Drew McIntyre. Next, we got Mark Henry versus Ezekiel Jackson. Okay match. Henry wins. Next, we got Teddy Long versus John Laurinaitis. Blah match. Teddy wins. Next, we got Kofi Kingston versus R-Truth versus Epico and Primo. Pretty good match. Truth and Kofi win. Definitely looks like there's gonna be a tag team title match at WrestleMania. Hopefully it doesn't get bumped off the show this time. Oh, next we got Michael Cole comes out to interview Sheamus and Daniel Bryan. To be honest, I don't really remember what they talked about, but I'm sure it was good. You know, it was fucking excellent. It was fucking excellent. Last but not least, we got Randy Orton, Big Show, and Sheamus versus Miz, Daniel Bryan, Cody Rhodes. Good match. Orton, Show, and Sheamus win. After the match, Kane attacks Orton, and they brawl into the crowd. Next, we got Ring of Honor. It starts out with Mike Bennett versus T.J. Perkins. Pretty good match. Bennett wins. Next, we got Guy Alexander versus Tommaso Ciampa. Okay match. Tommaso wins. And last but not least, we got Eddie Edwards versus Roderick Strong. #1 contenders match. Really good match. No one ends up winning, though. So Roderick won, but another ref came out and said Roderick cheated. Then Eddie hit his finisher on Roderick, but accidentally hit the ref. Jim Cornette comes out and says that at the pay-per-view will be a three-way: Davey, Richards, Roderick Strong, and Eddie Edwards. So, I forgot to mention this, but so we had a pay-per-view, a Ring of Honor pay-per-view this, last weekend, and there's another one coming up at the end of March 30th and 31st, I think. Anyways, it's basically every year Ring of Honor goes to the same town where WrestleMania is, and they pretty much hold their own show. And I think this is their first year having an iPay-per-view for it, and it's going to be 2 nights. You could buy both shows for $20, and it's going to be called Showdown in the Sun. I know Mike Bennett versus Lance Storm is one of the matches on one of the shows. And the Young Bucks versus All Night Express. There's going to be some good matches. So, I'll give my predictions for that when the time comes. Anyways, next we got some news. So, first off, Ted DiBiase has suffered a broken ankle and will miss several weeks. This sucks for the guy. He just suffered a broken arm or wrist, a couple months ago, and now he's got this. So, it definitely sucks for him. Things are not going his way. Definitely another guy that's going to miss WrestleMania for injuries. Definitely a lot of guys out with injuries right now. Sin Cara, Wade Barrett, Mysterio, and now Ted DiBiase. So that kind of sucks. Next, we got to follow up last time's report. Last week, or whenever I did the weekly wrestling review last time, I talked about how Brian Kendrick might have been released because he was taken out from the roster page. Well, it's been confirmed he has been released, and there's a chance he could go back to WWE or even Ring of Honor. I'd like to see him in a Ring of Honor because I think they would use him better than WWE would. Next, we got, according to THQ, no more downloadable content will be offered for the WWE 12 video game. That kind of sucks, The game's only been out for like 5-6 months, and already you guys are going to stop making DLC? And first off, address the problems first. The servers are garbage, and there's definitely some other issues that I don't want to talk about because I'm trying to, just get through this real quick. But, fuck working on a different game. But at the same time, okay, there doesn't need to be downloadable content because there's the community creations and there's some good ones. But no one can access community creations because the servers suck. So what THQ needs to focus on is fixing those fucking servers. And right, if WWE 13 is going to have these same issues, the company only has like a year to make each game. And I understand that not everything's going to be perfect, but come the fuck on. How do you fuck up from one game to another? WWE or Smackdown vs. RAW 2011, servers were amazing, never had any problems. And then going into WWE 12, it's like, all I have is problems, It's like, what the fuck? Anyways, don't really care that there's no more downloadable content. Just fix the goddamn servers. Next, we got Shannon Moore is planning to take a break from professional wrestling. He posted on Twitter saying, "Before someone gets it and twists it, I've decided to step away from wrestling for a while. I'm putting effort into my own business. Thanks for your support in the ring. But for now, I'm chilling at home, opening my second tattoo shop, and enjoying my family." So I don't know if he's still with TNA or if he's on a hiatus. But, he's been wrestling since he was like a teenager, like he was a teenager. He wrestled at the Omega promotion with Jeff and Matt, and then he went to WCW, and then he went to WWE. So he's young, but he's been wrestling for a long time now, so maybe this is some good time off that he needs. And maybe, hopefully, we'll see him back in TNA soon. Next, we got Triple H has signed a new contract for WWE, with WWE for $1 million a year. His new contract expires in March 2016, and the funny thing is, it's like, in his contract, they put a little bit out online, and it's like, he is not allowed to make appearances at any mixed martial arts promotion. So it's like, fuck. I guess we're never going to see the debut of Triple H in UFC. Like, really? You didn't have to add that. No one... I don't think he gives a shit about UFC. But, yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Next, the biggest news... Well, one of the biggest news stories. Hulk Hogan's sex tape recently leaked online. It shows the Hulkster with an unidentified female. No date was given for the tape, but I'm not gonna lie, I'd definitely watch it. I don't know if that sounds gross or whatever, but I don't think he didn't have too many moves in wrestling. I wonder how many he has in the bed, But I don't know if it's been leaked online. There's a couple porno promotion things that want to, what's it called? I don't even know. This is fucking weird. All I'm thinking about is, like, I can see Hogan and China in their own sex tape. It's fucking hilarious. Last but not least, we got in some sad news. It's being reported that WWE diva Karma did not deliver her son on December 31st as originally reported. Karma told her friends that she delivered her baby, but according to a new article on TMZ, she did not. Karma told TMZ that her baby passed away before she was able to give birth. She said she lied to her friends about the child being healthy because she was very emotional and scared to tell her friends about and scared to tell the public after her pregnancy was announced on WWE TV. Karma is currently planning on starting a foundation for women who have experienced the same tragedy. That definitely sucks for her. I don't know what she's going through, but it's definitely got to be. She's probably a wreck, man. It's. I don't know the feeling. Like, I've never been pregnant. I don't mean to make jokes or anything, but I don't know what she's going through, but it's definitely probably heartbreaking and very hard for her right now, and that definitely sucks. So keep her in her prayers, and You know, hopefully one day she can have a kid. And, yeah, best of luck to you, Karma. So that's it for the Weekly Wrestling Review, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching. Keep up with the other videos. Expect the WWE Universe video soon. Also, you should expect my WWE WrestleMania 28. My WrestleMania 28 fantasy booking. I've been working on that. I finished the card. I just need to record the commentary. And expect that maybe sometime next week. Definitely before WrestleMania. So expect it from now until WrestleMania. Anytime in between there. I know it's like a long time, but hey, I don't have a specific date I'm going to release it. So just look for it sometime soon. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next week, where we'll have, I think, predictions for the Victory Road. I think that's going to be, that's going to need predictions. And then we got reviews for Raw, SmackDown, Impact, and Ring of Honor. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. Peace out.